Well, I wrote the book because I noticed that the companies and the people who changed before they had to did better than the people who changed only when they saw disaster looming up in front of them. So I drew out two curves. The first curve was like an S curve. It went down to cover your investment, and then up, and then it always turns down. Everything turns down in the end. But I said, to avoid it turning down too often, you should start what I call the second curve. But you have to start it before the first curve peaks, so that you have room for this initial investment or experiment, and then it goes up. But that requires people to have the judgment and the courage to start the change while things are still going very well, when success seems to be assured, so that they could just go on doing the same thing. But the ones who work best, that's when they start to experiment with a new curve, doing things differently, doing different things. The same applies to people, that if they start planning their new career before the first one peaks at the top, they will do better than if they wait until the last minute. So the thesis is therefore applied to companies, to individuals, to societies, to all kinds of projects. And the book shows what could happen if we thought before we had to. Well, I didn't say the future is women, because though undoubtedly there will be more women in organizations and they will have more influence in society. I mean, apart from anything else, more women are graduating from universities in every country, and I think in Spain too, than men. So they're going to make their presence felt. But what I really want to say is that the way that organizations, I think, are going to work in future, they're going to be in smaller units. And the kind of leadership those units need has got to be consensual leadership, not hierarchical leadership. And I think that the way that women work is going to be much more successful. So it's not that I just want more women in the workplace, I want more men to think like women and to behave like women, so that they don't rely on hierarchy and job titles and so on to get the work done. They don't rely on telling people what to do or being told what to do. They work together, and they have to learn to develop empathy with other people. They have to learn to look for a common purpose in their organizations and in their groups. I think women do that much better than men. So I want men to be more like women.